Hey friends, so today we are going to spend our Barnes & Noble gift card for my birthday. So I have $50, so it's probably going to be 2 books. So let's go see what I can find.
Quit his job as a teacher.
Yes, and he's going across the... No, I don't know what was happening.
See, I like when the girls are so young. 19, I can't. As in the same girl?
Yeah,
Like there's a part 2?
and 3 that just came out.
Part 2 ended up when she was in... You know what this is?
No. We gotta love the Riley Sager table. Look, Nivea, this is the book I was gonna get signed. Okay, y'all, so this is the book I came for. The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley. This is $30. This is expensive. You already know how I feel about this book. Such a great book. I did want to read this one. I've read a lot of B.A. Paris books, but I don't know. Sometimes she's a hit or miss, so we'll see. I just got that one in my Book of the Month subscription. And where was the other one? Oh, A Talent for Murder. Y'all, the thriller table is real bare. They don't have anything over here, Nivea.
How much is it?
I don't know. I keep saying this like 5 times. Do I buy this book for $30 or do I get like 4 buy one get one half off books? I don't know. See, now how is this $28 and this one's $30? I look at this book every time. I don't know. Megan Miranda books always look so pretty. It's just I can't get with her writing. Okay, this one always has the mixed reviews too. Like, do I want to get this book? It looks cute. The cover is very pretty, but I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Should I get a romance book today, y'all? What do you think, Nivea?
I always say yes. Yes.
I'm gonna give me a black romance book. This would be the last book that I would have to read for Alice. See, this is the problem with the buy one get one 50% off. You can never find another one that's 50% off. But I'm trying. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna try. I might get me a little Agatha Christie book too. I don't know. So let's see. Okay, so these are the 2 that I'm gonna get. This is what I really came here for. Hey friends, welcome back to my corner of the internet where we talk all things thrillers, mysteries, and suspense. It has been a minute, but I told you guys that I was going to be gone for a month because I was having surgery. And thank you guys so much for all your well wishes, your prayers. I'm getting back to those comments slowly, but thank you so much for all your well wishes. But today, yes, I know I'm late, but we are doing the mid-year freakout tag. I'm so excited to do this because when everyone was posting these videos, I'm like, oh yes, I'm ready. I'm ready to tell y'all, even though most of you guys already know the answer to all these questions, but I'm still excited to do this tag. So you guys know I'm not about to get right into it, but I gotta tell you what I'm currently reading. I am currently reading Stay Awake by Megan Golden, and you guys, I feel like this is going to be a quick little popcorn thriller. It's going to give me all the unrealistic and dramatic stuff that, you know, I like when it comes to a book. But Stay Awake is about Liv, and she is in the back of this cab. She has no recollection of how she got there, and she is on her way to her apartment. But when she goes to her apartment, she realizes she doesn't have her key, so she starts banging on the door for her roommate to answer. But it's strangers. Strangers are in her apartment and swearing to her that they've been living here for like a year now. And so she's very confused. She goes back downstairs. She reaches into her pocket to find her cell phone, and she finds a knife, a bloody knife. So she's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how I got into this cab. I don't know how these people are living in my apartment. And now I just found this bloody knife. And so she also has the words "Stay Awake" written on her hands. So y'all, this is about to be juicy. I don't know what's happening. I'm literally only on page I'm on page 8. So I'm excited to read this one and tell you guys what I feel about it. Okay, last announcement before we get into this video, but I am officially a Book of the Month BFF, so they sent me this bag with my latest Book of the Month box. So that means I think I've gotten 12 books, or I can't remember how you become a BFF, but they sent me this cute tote. I love a good tote bag, so very cute. These are August 2024's Book of the Month picks, and I got Like Mother Like Daughter, and I got House of Glass by Sarah Pekkanen. I've heard some really good things about this book. I have another book by Sarah Pekkanen called Gone Tonight that I got from where'd I get that? What's that store? Half Price Books. So I think this might be my next read after Stay Awake. I'm not sure, but it's a pretty cover. So these are the 2 books that I got from Book of the Month. Okay guys, so the first question is, what is the best book you've read so far in 2024? And I'll give you 2 seconds. Do you know? I'm pretty sure you guys know what book I'm about to hold up, but if you don't, and if you are new here, this is one of my favorite books that I've read so far in 2024. Look closer. It was very dramatic. It was very juicy. Had all the twists and turns, gave me whiplash. Loved everything about this book. I have a reading blog on this book if you want to go and check that out. But if you like dramatic and twisty and just unrealistic, crazy books, like, definitely need to go and check this one out. Okay, so the next question is, what is the best sequel you've read so far in 2024? I'm not a series kind of girl, so I don't have anything to give you for that answer. But if you have any recommendations on thriller series, please drop them down below, and I might check it out. Yes, I have not read the Housemaid series. I've read the Housemaid, but I'm just like, I'm a one and done type of girl. I'm like, I don't need this continuation. I don't know. Is something wrong with me? I'm not sure. But I have not read any sequels this year. The next question is, what is the new release that you haven't read yet but you want to? And it's gonna have to be my girl Lucy Foley, The Midnight Feast. You guys, this cover is so beautiful. I love everything about it. And when it comes to, I don't know anything about this book. When it comes to Lucy Foley, I know it's going to be a locked room thriller with multiple point of views, and someone's probably murdered and we're trying to figure out who it is. So that's pretty much all her books in a nutshell. I have seen very, very mixed reviews on this book, but you know, we are here to give our reviews, but it shouldn't stop you from reading a book because, you know, reading is subjective, okay? And we all have very different opinions when it comes to reading books, but I am very excited to get into this one. And if you have read this book, please let me know down below what you think about it. The next question is, what is your most anticipated release for the second half of the year? I don't know. I really don't look into releases like that, except for authors that I follow, like Alice Feeney. Her new book Beautiful Ugly is going to be coming out in January, so I'm like, does that count? But I think it would have to be that Sherry Lapina What Have You Done? Because that cover just looks really good. I'll put it up here if I'm even saying the correct title. But yeah, I'm excited to read that. That'll be my first Sherry Lapino book, and I'm excited to read it. Okay, so the next question is, what is your biggest disappointment? And I have two of them. One of them was really a disappointment, and one of them was just like it could have gone either way. When it comes to this author, it could have gone either way. But the first one is, you've heard me talk about this 50 million times. It is The Quiet Tenant by Clemence Smith. I don't even remember her last name. I'll put it up here. I got rid of that book in one of the first vlogs I did on this channel. Y'all, that book was so boring. That book had so much hype. And I'm like, waiting. The book was so boring. Like, nothing happened in that whole book. I'm like, were we reading the same book? And when I read the comments, or like when I read the reviews, like the good reviews, like they're saying it's gripping and thrilling, have you on the edge of your seat. And I'm just like, it took me so long to read that book. Oh my gosh, it took me forever to read that book. But the second disappointment was One Perfect Couple by Ruth Ware. Now, was it a good book? Yes. Was it a great book? No, I think I still gave it about 3.5 stars. I read this, what month are we in? We're in August. I read this in July, whenever it came out. I can't remember. But you guys, I love a good Ruth Ware book. I love a good Ruth Ware book. Sometimes it can be hit or a miss, but I still enjoy the stories. So One Perfect Couple was just, it was thrilling in the beginning, in the first half, and then the second half, it's like, okay, well, we know who this person is. We know who the bad person is, and nothing's happening. Like, I felt like I was just sitting there reading a reality TV show of Survivor, and then like nothing was just happening at the end of the book. So I'm never going to tell you not to go and read a book just because of my opinion, because clearly it's an unpopular opinion for me with The Quiet Tenant. And One Perfect Couple, I feel like a lot of us are on the same page when it comes to One Perfect Couple. But yeah, those are my two biggest disappointments of 2024. The next question is, what is your biggest surprise? And I know y'all are sick and tired of me talking about this book, but I was very shocked because there are so many people, when I put this book in my 5 books that I want to read in 2024 list, they were like, this book is terrible. This is this author's worst book. It's so boring. It's just so wild and outlandish. And I was like, well, I could go either way. But y'all, ate this book up. Loved it. I don't have to say anything else because I have 2 videos talking about this book already. So this was my biggest surprise of how much I really enjoyed this book versus everybody else. Like, everybody hates this book. I think this is probably one of my lowest rated books on my shelf. Actually, probably not. But I loved it. Can't say anything else about this book. I definitely loved it. The next question is, who is your new favorite author, debut or new to you? And it would have to be either David Ellis, and he typically writes like crime thrillers, and that's not typically my thing. But if he continues to write books like Look Closer, I'm gonna read anything like that he writes. And then I have Liz Nugent, and I really, really enjoyed her book Strange Sally Diamond, and I would definitely like to get through her books and see what she has to offer in the thriller space. The next question is, who is your newest favorite character? And I think that would have to be Cass from The Vacancy in Room 10. Something about her, she was just so mysterious, and also she didn't take any BS from anybody, and she was just like, this ain't none of my business. This ain't got nothing to do with me. And I really enjoyed her character in that book and how that story all came together. So definitely check out The Vacancy in Room 10 by Serafina Nova Glass, because that was a good book. And Cass, that was my girl. I enjoyed her part of the story more than our other character, Anna, but it was a good book. So that's my newest favorite fictional character. Okay, so my next question is, what is a book that made you cry? And if you are just a straight up thriller reader like me, you know thriller books don't necessarily make you cry, okay? There's no tears when it comes to a thriller book. But if I had to pick a book that made me feel a lot of emotions, all the feels, it would be Strange Sally Diamond by Liz Nugent. And I felt so bad for Sally. I felt so bad for her. That story, oh, y'all gotta go read that book. I felt so bad for her. Like, things were looking up, and just her story. I know this is a fictional character, but I felt so bad for her. I felt so connected to her, and then it was a wild ride in that book. So definitely go check it out. But yeah, if anything was going to move me to tears, it was Strange Sally Diamond. The next question is, what is the most beautiful book that you have bought so far this year? And no doubt about it, Only Survivors by Megan Miranda. This book is beautiful. Oh, look at it. Now, the contents in this book might not might not be beautiful, because if you know, you know, Megan Miranda, I don't know. That first book I read by her, Such a Quiet Place, was terrible in my opinion, but this book is just beautiful and I am so excited to get to it. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it, but I know her books are typically slow burns, so I like a good slow burn. Like Rock, Paper, Scissors is a slow burn and it's one of the best books I've ever read, but Megan Miranda's slow burns are boring, so I don't know. I'm gonna get to it, but the cover is beautiful on this book. Okay, and the last question is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? And I have 3 books that I have to read by the end of the year because they have been highly recommended or they had terrible reviews, but I just want to see where I fall. I love that. I love when a book has terrible or mixed reviews and I want to see where am I going to fall in this with this book. So the first one is Razor Blade Tears by S.A. Cosby. I have not read this yet. I got to page 63. I can't even tell you what happened in the first 63 pages, but I knew where this book was going and I'm not in the mood. I was not in the mood for a heavy book or a heavy read, but I will get back to it. I need to read it because everybody says I need to read it. So this is one of the books that I need to read before the year is over. The second book, I'm already laughing right now, but is One of Us Knows by Alyssa Cole. I have not read an Alyssa Cole book yet, and this book has such terrible reviews. Danny Reed, she hated this book. Haley Hughes, she hated this book. But Kayla's Bookish Vibes, she loved this book. So I'm like, am I going to be team Kayla or am I going to be team Danny and Haley? So I'm very excited to see where I fall with this book. And the cover is beautiful too. Like, it's a pretty cover. And the last book that I want to read for 2024 is The Sanatorium by Sarah Pierce. I have been wanting to read this book forever. If you watched my first vlog, I unhauled this book because it was, you know, those mass paperback produced books, and I can't read those small books. I cannot. They're like this big, and I can't read them. So I had to reorder it, and I really wanted the regular paperback, but they didn't have it. So I ordered it and got this one. So I'm very excited. If you know, you know, I love me a good psych ward thriller. So I'll get to this eventually. I'm not in the mood for it right now because I just read The Institution. I don't even know if I gave y'all an update on that book. I know I've been updating on Goodreads since I haven't been recording, but I think I updated all my books on Goodreads. I've read quite a few books during the time that I've been out. Well, quite a few books for me. I'm not one of those girls who reads 5, 6, 7 books a month. You can probably catch me with 2 books a month. 2 physical books and 2 audiobooks. So I can read 4 books a month. Maybe. It's just, listen, y'all, I think I like watching people read books more than I like reading. I don't know. I'm a weirdo, but yes, this is the book that I want to read before 2024 ends, so I'm excited. Okay, you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I appreciate all of you. And don't forget to stay tuned for the next video because that is where I'll be talking about my 1,000 subscriber giveaway and how you can enter. So thanks for watching, you guys.